Inverse Laplace transform is going to be calculated instead of using the formula, that is x of t is equal to 1 by 2 pi j integral sigma minus j infinity to sigma plus j infinity x of s e power st ds. We can use the partial fraction expansion method. To find the partial fraction expansion, first we need to find out the roots of the denominator polynomial, and the roots are nothing but poles of x of s, and that poles can be distinct poles, or it can be multiple poles, or it can be complex poles. So we'll see some problems based on this types of poles. The first problem: find the inverse Laplace transform of the following function: s by s square plus 5s plus 6. Try to find out the roots for the denominator polynomial. I got the roots as s plus 2 into s plus 3 by using this procedure, and try to find out the coefficient a and b. Uh, Coefficient a is going to be calculated by substituting s is equal to minus 2 in the given function other than s plus 2, and coefficient b is going to be calculated by substituting s is equal to minus 3 in the above function without s plus 3. I got the coefficients minus 2 and 3. uh, After getting the coefficients, try to substitute in the x of s is equal to a by s plus 2 plus b by s plus 3. Taking the inverse Laplace transform on both the sides, we can get x of t is equal to minus 2 into 1 by s plus 2. The inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s plus 2 is e power minus 2t into u of t plus 3 into e power minus 3t into u of t. This is one problem. The both the poles are distinct poles. Whereas the next problem, that is x of s is equal to 3s square plus 8s plus 6 by s plus 2 into s square plus 2s plus 1. The denominator roots are called poles, and the poles I got it as s plus 2. Minus 2 is a simple pole, whereas s plus 1 whole square minus 1 is a multiple pole which is repeated for two times. So to find out the coefficients, you need to consider a by s plus 2 plus b by s plus 1 plus c by s plus 1 whole square. I can find out the coefficients a and c directly by substituting s is equal to minus 2 and s is equal to minus 1 in the above function, whereas b is a multiple pole, that is s plus 1. For that, I need to use the formula, that is 1 by 1 factorial into d by ds of the remaining function other than s plus 1 whole square. After doing the differentiation with respect to s, try to substitute s is equal to minus 1. I got the answer as 1. And after getting all the coefficient, try to apply the inverse Laplace transform, that is 2 into e power minus 2t into u of t plus e power minus t into u of t plus, because it is 1 by s plus 1 whole square, we got the result as t into e power minus t into u of t. So because the multiple poles are there, your function is multiplied by t. The third different type of poles, we got it as, uh, consider the problem x of s is equal to 2s plus 1 by s plus 1 into s square plus 2s plus 2. S square plus 2s plus 2, we need to find out the roots by using the formula minus b plus r minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. We are getting the complex poles. uh, X of s is equal to a by s plus 1 plus b by one of the complex pole as s plus 1 minus j plus b complex conjugate s plus 1 plus j. If you calculate the coefficient b complex conjugate is, by applying the complex conjugate, you can able to find out b star. So a at s is equal to minus 1, I can find out the at s is equal to minus 1, I got the coefficient as minus 1. B at s is equal to minus 1 plus j, try to find out the uh, coefficient, that is, I got it as zero point 0.5 minus j. What is b star is 0.5 plus j. Try to substitute and try to separate the real parts and imaginary parts, real exponentials, and complex exponentials, and try to gather all the similar terms together to convert your function into a simplified form. Or you can even do it like by this. So the next problem is use the convolution theorem of Laplace transform to find out the y of t is equal to x1 of t convolved with x2 of t. By convolution of Laplace transform, if you are applied for y of t, convolution in the time domain will be multiplication in the s domain. So Laplace transform of x1 of t convolved with x2 of t is equal to x1 of s into x2 of s. What is x1 of s is equal to 1 by s plus 3. What is x2 of s is equal to 1 by s into e power minus 2s. So try to get y of s is equal to multiplication of these two functions. So y1 of s is equal to 1 by s into s plus 3. Try to apply the partial fraction and get the function y1 of s or y1 of t by apply the inverse Laplace transform. 1 by 3 into what is 1 by s is into u of t. 1 by 3 e power minus 3t into u of t. Try to take in u of t as common. By using the time shifting property, y of t is equal to y1 of t minus 2. So wherever t will be there in y1 of t, replace it by t minus 2. You will get your answer. And see, this type of problem is very important. Find the signal whose bilateral transform is given by, and it's given the ROC region of convergence is minus 5 to minus 1. So the poles are minus 5 and minus 1. Try to apply the partial fraction method and get the coefficients. I got x of s is equal to minus 1 by 4, 1 by s plus 5 plus 1 by 4, 1 by s plus 1. Here the minus 5, the pole is here the minus 5. Just compare your region of convergence. Real part of s is greater than minus 5. Real part of s is greater than any pole which is corresponding to causal signal. Real part of s is less than some pole which is corresponding to non-causal signal. So here minus 5 is causal signal and the minus 1 is non-causal signal. So by applying the inverse Laplace transform x of t is equal to minus 1 by 4 e power minus 5t into u of t. Because minus 1 is a non-causal signal, I got the answer as minus 1 by 4 e power minus t u of minus t. Solution of differential equations using the Laplace transform. So total response is equal to the natural response plus forced response. The natural response of the system is due to the initial conditions of the system, whereas the forced response of the system is due to the input alone. Total response of the system is equal to the forced response when the initial conditions are equal to 0. So consider an LTI system with the input x of t and the output y of t described by a differential equation. Then the transfer function h of s is the Laplace transform of output by the Laplace transform of input. By applying the inverse Laplace transform, h of t is the impulse response of a given system. So consider a second order system which is given d square y of t by dt square plus 3 into dy of t by dt plus 2 into y of t is equal to x of t. Applying the Laplace transform on both the sides and uh, try to apply one of the property of Laplace transform is differentiation in time domain. You are going to get the s. How many times differentiation you are going to do? 2 times is nothing but s square into y of s plus 3s into y of s plus 2 into y of s is equal to x of s. Y of s, by taking y of s common, I got s square plus 3s plus 2 into x of s. So h of s I can get it as 1 by s square plus 3s plus 2. So if I assume the input is my impulse, x of t is equal to delta of t, x of s is equal to 1. Then h of t is equal to inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s square plus 3s plus 2. The roots are s plus 1 and s plus 2. Apply the partial fraction expansion method and apply the inverse Laplace transform and get the h of t is e power minus t minus e power minus 2t into u of t. When all the initial conditions are zero, don't consider this type of problems by considering the initial conditions are not zero, which are not that much important. Thank you.